हाँ very well.
मतलब ये साल जो है, like we are just like I don't know how to start this whole conversation, because I am kind of, whether it is a Family Man 2 and then the Netflix film that released, and then this one, these three characters are so world apart. I am like, what is that one thing that this man cannot portray?
That's my job, Arundhati. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for such nice words.
This is really, but sir, you know why this film, I think it must have been a very different experience for you, because you are one of those actors who always prepare and go for rehearsal and stuff like that, and this one was actually happening when the first lockdown, I think, unlock process started, right? So what was
Right.
that process like? Because virtual preparation and everything, I mean, I don't know if you can share a glimpse of that.
Yeah, because the if the rehearsals are not happening, then you rehearse yourself. You go through the script. You try to understand the character. You try to visualize the character in
Yes,
flesh and blood. So
yes.
the work was, anyway I do, but most of the characters I prepare at home and then I meet my directors. Here I was meeting my director mostly on Zoom call. Then we had one reading session and that's all.
uh,
But if there was any question, the director was always available on the phone.
uh,
And then before actually we started casting, we met on the script so many times. I mean,
mm,
after
mm.
Brazil met me, he has done one or two more drafts after meeting me. But the work goes on. The work, it's a difficult process, but it's the process that I enjoy the most of creating a character.
सोच रही थी, आज पता है मैंने गिनती कर रही थी कितने, हाउ मेनी पुलिस ऑफिसर और पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर और डीसीपी, those kind of character that you have played, and you actually played, I think, so many of them. On the other hand, there are some villain character that you played, they are also really celebrated in terms of, like,
Hmm.
people really engage with those characters. और क्योंकि आप तैयारी तो करते हैं, तो सवाल यह है कि कौन सी कैरेक्टर में तैयारी करने में ज्यादा मजा आता है? इज इट द पुलिस और द क्रिमिनल?
नो। अच्छा, मैं तैयारी करता हूँ, पुलिस और क्रिमिनल की तैयारी नहीं करता हूँ। मैं तैयारी करता हूँ आदमी की, जो आदमी मैं प्ले कर रहा हूँ। वो पुलिस नहीं होता है, वो क्रिमिनल नहीं होता है। जो व्यक्ति है, जो पर्सन है, जो कैरेक्टर
हाँ।
है, मैं उसकी तैयारी करता हूँ। मैं वर्दी की तैयारी नहीं करता। या मैं चाकू या छुरी या गन की तैयारी नहीं करता। मैं तैयारी करता हूँ वो उस आदमी को समझने की, जिसने वो वर्दी पहनी है या जिसने वो गन उठाया हुआ है। मैं उस आदमी को जानना चाहता हूँ। जब वो आदमी पे काम करूंगा ना, तो वो
जी।
भले ही मैं 5 6 पुलिस वाला कर चुका हूँ, लेकिन
हाँ।
कोई एक दूसरे के करीब आपको नहीं दिखेगा। सब
हाँ।
एक दूसरे के ऑपोजिट दिखते हैं। व्हाई? बिकॉज दोस पीपल आर डिफरेंट। People
हम्म।
should be, the person has to be different. So we as I as an actor work on the person, not on the job.
अच्छा, शायद that is why the versatility, I think, comes from there, especially when you work with actors like Neena ji and Sakshi. How exciting the whole process of creating those scene becomes, and what was that behind the scene
you know
like?
uh, when you are working with fine actors, they actually make your performance because they participate in the scene with all sincerity and professionalism. So they only take the best out of you. Their performance only takes the best out of you. Even your silent reactions happen so well because there's a very fine performance coming from the other end. If you see Dial 100, even last scene where Sakshi is
Mm-hmm.
remarkable. I will not talk about it because it's a spoiler,
Mm-hmm.
but Sakshi is remarkable. My performance is good only because Sakshi has given a brilliant performance in that scene. So it all happens if you have a good, fine actor in front of you. If an actor is not that good, then even your performance level goes down, because you are trying to
Okay.
manage the trying to manage his performance. You are trying to save the scene.
Sir, I mean, I'm so tempted to ask you this question because, and I know this is not to do with dial 100, but I have to ask you that, because especially you are talking about co-actors, right? There are few moments between you and Gajraj Rao in the Netflix film that, of course, that we are talking about, sir. What I will ask you is that when you watch the film later on, right, after the release of the film, what was your reaction like watching those moments all over again between two characters?
When I watch my own performance, I'm the I since I'm a very huge critic of my own self, I only look at the things that I could improve. So I can't enjoy my own performance because I'm only seeing the mistakes, or seeing the seeing as to how I could improve my own performance at that point of time. uh, so it becomes very difficult for me to watch my own film. Usually I don't watch it only because of that reason, because I find it quite torturous. All the time I'm only looking at the mistakes and the faults.
So as an actor, you are saying that you do not watch your own performance, but then there comes the question then that when you watch a film, can you watch it like a regular audience anymore because you
No,
are a performer?
no, we can't, because we know the process. We know the making of a film. We know what all happens behind the scene. We know what all happens when actors are performing. So we know all the technicality of it, and it becomes very difficult to enjoy it as a regular audience.
So then how do you how does a celebrated actor enjoy watching a cinema?
We do. We watch it uh, an, as a student. We watch it as a student, and we enjoy it just looking at how the film is achieved, how the story is written, how the performances are achieved. So we actually look at it very deeply and very intrinsically. So we are looking at things that the common audience you know
Cannot.
is not, cannot. So yeah, so for us it's a work. And sometimes, yeah, sometimes there is a very good film which kind of takes you on. It doesn't let you think anything.
If I may ask, which one was that kind of a film last you watched?
When I used to watch Satya, it used to just it used to take me in. It did never let me be critical of my own performance. It never let me look at the other aspect of the film. That was the film I clearly remember. Whenever I watched Satya in all the trial rooms, it was quite engrossing. It was such a film that never let me think about anything else.
There's this film called Gali Guliyan. In
Yeah.
that, there's this. सर इससे पहले ना हालांकि मैं उतना सिनेमा नहीं देखती हूँ, आई एम नॉट अ इंटेलेक्चुअल पर्सन, आई डोंट watch cinema that much. सर परफॉर्मेंस के साइलेंस में भी इतना पावर होता है ना सर, इससे पहले मैंने कभी रियलाइज नहीं की थी.
Silence in Gali Guliyan, that silence is very potent because there's so much going on in his head. This man is slowly mentally deteriorating, and that you can see it just in that silence or in his eyes.
Yeah, yeah. There was such an internal performance.
Yeah.
There was such
Yeah,
an
it was.
internal performance, and it kind of so much like, I mean अभी मैं याद कर रही हूँ ना, it's like
Yeah, it was
बहुत
like
असर छोड़ा है, बहुत असर छोड़ा है, पता है सर वो परफॉर्मेंस ने, मतलब it was
that.
is it somewhere kind of diluting your attention, sir? because you are playing this meaty character, and this, I mean, Family Man, the whole series of it is like one of them. So
I mean, both of them have their own advantages. You know, when I'm getting a series to do, I'm getting a chance to really explore the character in length. You know, I have 8 episodes, 9 episodes, 10 episodes to me to really explore all the dimension of that human being. When I'm doing a film, I have only those many, 2 hours, 2.5 hours to me, and I have to make the most of it, and I have to
ji,
let the audience know everything about the character, even if it is not there in the script. Even through my own
huh,
performance, I have to tell the audience all about the character. So both the format have their own advantages and and strength. It depends how you want to use it.
an actor, what is the next challenge that you are looking forward to?
I'm going to shoot for Abhishek Chaube just now. Now we are actually rehearsing, reading the process of finding the character, finding the right sur, right pitch is on, and I'm quite busy with that. But I had to do this for Dial 100. Dial 100 is being loved by the audience, and I'm so happy that people are so excited and watching it. Uh, in numbers. So yeah,
Yes.
it's encouraging. That's why it becomes important for me to come to you guys and talk about it.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insight. And sorry, in between, I just got a little overwhelmed. But I don't know, sir, वो scenes ना मेरे बस ऐसे ना cross किया होता है ना,
Right.
वो हो गया, and I'm like, oh my god, it was just that.
But good. Thank you very much, Arundhati.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, sir.
Thank
Thank